Again, and we were discussing about chapter 3 plant kingdom, and in the previous video I have explained you about the characteristic features of algae and the various classes of algae like Chlorophyceae, Phaeophyceae and Rhodophyceae, isn't it? So today we are going to study about another group of plants known as bryophytes. Okay, bryophytes. So bryophytes includes mosses and liverworts. They are the major groups of the bryophytes. What are they? Mosses and liverworts. Okay, and they are found usually in shady regions. Okay, shaded areas in the hills or where there is more moisture. Okay, moisture content, if it is there you can find them. Okay, and these bryophytes are also known as amphibians of the plant kingdom. Okay, what is it? They are known as amphibians of the plant kingdom because they can live in soil, but they are fully dependent on water for sexual reproduction. So it can be asked, why bryophytes are known as amphibians of plant kingdom? Why they are known as amphibians of plant kingdom? Because they can grow in soil, but they need water. They are fully dependent on water for the sexual reproduction. For example, if they are the male gametes, anthrozoids, their male gametes are known as anthrozoids. They can reach to the female sex organ only by water. So they are also known as amphibians of plant kingdom. Okay, so if you compare, you can see that algae, majority of the algae are what? Aquatic, isn't it? Aquatic organisms means what? They can live only in water. Okay, exceptions are there, that is different, but if you see the full algae, they are what? Aquatic organisms. Okay, but when you come to the bryophytes, they can live in soil. Okay, they are terrestrial, you cannot say completely. They can live in soil, but they need water for the process of reproduction. Okay, so they are known as amphibians of plant kingdom. Okay, so they can be found in damp places, humid shaded localities, etc., or where there is continuous flow of water from the water tanks and all. You can see green patches of plants growing. Okay, so they are examples of what? The bryophytes. Okay, and they do a major role in the process of succession of what? Bare rocks or on bare rocks. What do you mean by succession? That is, if a bare land, if it is there, you can see if you are leaving it like that, after some time slowly plants start growing on them, isn't it? And later on what? Animals also comes, and you can see that they will get converted into a area where plants and animals are found. Okay, so that process is known as what? Succession. So this type of bryophytes, they play a major role in the plant succession. Okay, so because this bryophytes can grow with little soil. Okay, with little soil, and when they die, what will happen? They increase the organic matter, and there what happen? Another higher plants can come and live. Understood? So that is the importance of bryophytes in the process of succession. Succession is what? It is the process by which a bare land is getting colonified. Okay, or colonized by what? Plants and animals. Understood? So for this purpose, bryophytes are what? Very playing an important role. Okay, now if you see the plant body of bryophytes, okay, they are more differentiated than that of the algae. What was the plant body of algae known as? Thallus. Okay, and we have you have seen the diagrams also, and they are very less distinct. Difference is there as root, stem or leaf, isn't it? All of them are just like a single structure, that is known as thallus. And but when you come to bryophytes, you can see little more differentiation in the plant body. Okay, so thallus Okay, thallus like, its plant body, if you see, it is thallus like and prostrate or erect, okay, and attached to the substratum by rhizoids. Okay, so rhizoids you can see sometimes it will be horizontal, growing horizontally to the substratum. Sometimes it will be erect. Erect means just like any other plants, they are growing erect. Okay, or they can be seen horizontally, means they are sticking to the land, the soil or to the earth. Okay, so horizontally, in that way they can live, or some other types are there, they grow erect. Okay, and anyway they are having what, unicellular or multicellular rhizoids. Rhizoids are what, root like structures. Okay, even though they are not true roots, they can what, attach themselves to the substratum by the help of this rhizoids. Okay, and they may possess root like, leaf like or stem like structures. So every bryophytes, not advanced bryophytes like mosses, liverworts are what, simple or primitive type of bryophytes. Okay, I told you now, the liverworts and mosses are the major groups in them, isn't it? Liverworts and mosses. So you can see this, this is a kind of liverwort. Okay, liverwort, they will be growing horizontally to that soil, and you can see the rhizoids here. Okay, so they won't get erected, and only their reproductive structures like Archegonium, Anthridiophore, etc. will get the position of erect. Okay, they will become erect. Otherwise, they will be just growing horizontally to the soil. Understood? And here you can see, this is example for an erect one. Means here, if the soil is here, they can grow erect. Okay, they can grow as erect organs, erect plants. Understood? So like this, they may have in this, this is one kind of advanced bryophyte. Okay, here you can see leaf like portions. These are not the true leaves. Okay, the structure of leaf is different from, if you take the anatomy of this leaf and that of higher plants, it will be entirely different. Okay, and you cannot see a real stem in them, but you can see a stem like portion and root like portion. So this much is the real plant, and this is the sporophyte. I'll explain you that later. Okay, so this much, if you see, this is the real plant. Okay, plant body having what, root like portions known as rhizoids, stem like portions known as stem like portion, and leaf like portions. Okay, they are not the real roots, real stem or real leaves. Is it clear? Then if you see the plant body of bryophytes, it's really a gametophyte. What do you mean by gametophyte? So what you are seeing here, or what is seen as a plant here, it's a gametophyte. Okay, gametophyte means, I have already told that in the previous video, that is, gametophyte means which is producing the gametes. Okay, the plant part or phase in which they produce the gametes are known as gametophyte. Okay, so what you are seeing here is a gametophyte, and they produce gametes. So where they produce gametes? In special structures known as archegoniophore. Archegoniophore. Okay, and anthridiophore. Okay, what it is? Archegoniophore and anthridiophore. Archegoniophore is the female part, okay, or female sex organ, and the anthridiophore is the male part. Understood? Male part. So from the plant, this is the plant, where here this is the primitive type. Okay, primitive type of bryophyte known as the liverwort. Here you can see the flat like or leaf like body. So what you are seeing here is what the plant body or thallus. Understood? And this thallus is not differentiated here into root like, leaf like structure. Only thallus is there. And if you see this is an advanced type of bryophyte, and here you can see that is mosses. They are known as mosses. And here you can see this much is the plant body, the real plant body that you are seeing. and you can see that they are having leaf like, okay, stem like and root like portions. Okay, so these are the parts of the gametophyte. Okay, so this gametophyte produces what? The gametes, that is male and female gametes. Okay, the female gamete is produced in archegonium. Okay, archegonium, you can see here, this is the archegonium and this is the archegoniophore. Okay, and the male gametes or anthrozoids are produced in antheridia, which is present at the tip of the anthridiophore. Understood? Antheridium is the the male sex organ. Okay, and it is found on the tip of anthridiophore. Phore means bearing. Okay, anthridiophore bears what? Antheridium, and this antheridia produces what? Anthrozoids, the male gametes, and archegonia produces what? The archegonia, here they produces the egg. Understood? So this is the gametophytic body of the gametophytic part of the plant. So if you see in higher forms, like what our liverworts, you can see this is the this part is the gametophyte. Okay, this much is the gametophyte with what? Root like, stem like and leaf like structure, and they produces what? The male and female gametes on different branches. Okay, some of them produce what? Anthridiophore, and some other branch may produce archegoniophore. Okay, and after that what happened? This anthrozoids, they will swim through the water and reaches to the archegonium. Understood? So here at the tip of this, what will be there? Archegonia. If this branch is having archegonia here, it will have what? The female gamete or egg will be present here. Okay, from any other branch or from any other plant, what will happen? Anthrozoids will come here and it will fuse here. And after fusing, what will happen? Zygote will form, and the zygote is diploid. Diploid means what? 2 sets of chromosomes will be there, isn't it? And this zygote develop into the sporophyte. So here what you are seeing is the sporophyte of Moses. Okay, sporophyte of Moses. You can see a foot that is embedded into the gametophyte, and a stalk like region that is known as the seta. Okay, seta, can you see? And then there will be a capsule. Okay, so all the structure are diploid up to where? From foot, seta and capsule. This much is diploid, and the lower part, this part, okay, will be the gametophyte, and it will be haploid in nature. Okay, this much is what? Gametophyte, and this is haploid in nature, and this is diploid, and it is what? It is the sporophytic part. Okay, so one thing you can see here is the sporophyte, okay, which is diploid in nature, is formed from where only? From the gametophyte, and it is fully dependent on the gametophyte. Clear? This point you clearly understand, because when we study the higher plants like gymnosperms, just opposite is there. That is the real plant body. What we are seeing is, okay, can you imagine a mango tree? So that what we are seeing, the mango tree with the stem, root and leaves are sporophytes, or their cells are having diploid condition. Their cells are diploid in nature. Understood? But here you see the plant, what you are seeing actually is a gametophyte, and they will have haploids number of or haploid set of chromosomes in their cells. Okay, and they produce what? Male and female gamete on different organs, like what? Antheridium and archegonium, and this archegonium contains egg, and this egg will be fertilized by the anthrozoids, and after fertilization what will form? Zygote will form. The zygote will grow into the sporophyte. What you are seeing is sporophyte with what? Foot, setae and capsule. Is it clear? And the sporophyte is not having an independent life. It is completely dependent on the gametophyte. Is it clear? Now what will happen to the sporophyte? Sporophyte is having food, setae and capsule, I said, isn't it? And inside the capsule they produce spores. Okay, so I told sporophytic means what? Spore producing phase. Gametophyte means what? Gamete producing phase. What are the gametes here? The anthrozoids, that is the male gametes, and the egg, the female gamete. Is it clear? So gametophytic phase produces what? Gametes, and this gametes fuses and forms zygote. Zygote will give rise to the sporophyte, and the sporophyte is completely dependent on the what? Gametophyte here. And if you see the sporophyte inside the capsule, okay, meiosis takes place. Meiosis, do you remember? It's a kind of cell division, okay, which makes the diploid cells into haploid, isn't it? We have studied in 10th class. The gametes, in reproduction chapter I told already, that is the gametes are produced after meiosis, so that the chromosome number of the gametes will be only half of the original cell. Understood? So likewise here also in the capsule meiosis takes place, and the spores will be produced which are haploid in nature. Why? Because meiosis is the cell division that takes place inside this capsule. Okay, and that produces what? The spores. Okay, and the spores are haploid in nature, and the spores will get dispersed when this capsule breaks open, and the spores will grow into new gametophyte. Okay, spores are haploid, so they will directly grow into gametophyte. Gametophyte is also haploid. Is it clear? Understood? So this is the alternation of generation that takes place in bryophytes. Okay, so what is it? So here in higher forms only you can see the sporophyte which is dependent on this. Okay, and in lower forms the sporophytic phase is again it is highly reduced. You cannot see a special what sporophyte with differentiated parts like seta, foot and capsule. Foot, can you see here? It is not seen. The part which is embedded in the gametophyte is known as foot. Clear? So this is what I taught you is the alternation of generation. So from where you started, the actual plant body of the bryophyte is a gametophyte with what? Root like, stem like and leaf like portions. Okay, or they are the parts of the gametophyte. And the gametophyte produces what? Gametes. Where they produce gametes? On sex organs. What are the sex organs? Antheridia and archegonia. Where they are produced? On separate structures known as antheridiophores and archegoniophores. Okay. This antheridia produces male gametes known as antherozoids, and the other one, that is archegonia, produces the egg. Okay, anthrozoids are brought to the archegonia by what? Water, and they fuse and form what? Zygote. Zygote grow into what? Sporophyte. The sporophyte is having what? In higher forms. Okay, in all not the sporophyte is having what? The food, seta and capsule. And the sporophyte in higher forms of bryophyte is completely dependent on the gametophyte. And in lower forms of bryophytes, zygote itself is the what? The sporophytic phase. So this you can see this kind of alternation of generation. Which two generation is getting alternated? Gametophytic and sporophytic. Okay, these two what phases are getting alternated. Okay, one by one it will be formed. So this gametophyte produces the sporophyte, isn't it? And sporophyte inside the sporophyte spores will be produced. The spores will fall on the ground and grow as gametophyte. Gametophyte produces gametes. They fuse and form zygote. Zygote grow into what? The higher means they grow into the sporophyte. Okay, so like this alternation of generation takes place in where? in the bryophytes? This also can be asked. Okay, so 2 questions we learned now. What are they? Why bryophytes are known as amphibians of plant kingdom? Explain the alternation of generation that takes place in bryophytes. So hope it's clear. When you see the economic importance of bryophytes, okay, they form food for some of the animals. Okay, then another importance is species of sphagnum. Sphagnum is a kind of moss that provide peat. Okay, peat that can be that was used as the fuel. Okay, and as they are having the capacity to hold water, they are used as packaging material. Okay, means especially for materials that need to be wet. Okay, means moisture is needed. It should means the transport of materials which needs moisture content. So in that they are used as packaging material. Okay, and then I told mosses, they are the first organisms to colonize the rocks. Okay, to make the an ecosystem, to make an ecosystem on a bare land along with lichens. Mosses also help. Okay, as they decompose the rocks and make soil, the higher plants also can come and start growing there. Okay, and they can reduce the effect of soil erosion, and they prevent, okay, the effect of, or they reduce the effect of falling rain, and means it helps in the prevention of soil erosion. Okay, so the bryophytes are mainly of 2 types. They are liverworts and the mosses. I have already told. Okay, so in liverworts, okay, the plant body is not erect. They are dorsiventrally flattened and they grow horizontally to the soil. Okay, I told you already, like this, they horizontal leaf, like they just look like a leaf only. Leaf is dorsiventrally flattened, no? They are not having thickness. So in the same way their plant bodies looks like. Okay, and they produce they produce the male and female gametes on special structures, and this during the sexual reproduction. Okay, and this male and female gametes, they fuse and form the zygote grow into the sporophyte with setae, capsule and food setae and capsule. Okay, so that is happening in sexual reproduction. And in asexual reproduction, they produce a special type of structure that is known as gemma cup. Okay, have you seen? So gemma cups are the asexual bodies of the Marchantia. Marchantia is, this is example for bryophyte, that is Marchantia, and this Marchantia they shows, and other liverworts also. Okay, in them they produce a special kind of asexual body that are known as gemma cup. Okay, so this gemma cup will get detached from the body of the parent and will start growing as a new plant. Understood? And sexual reproduction I told already, isn't it? So this is what happening in the reproduction, how reproduction happens in the bryophytes. Clear? That is vegetative reproduction is there. What happens? The body will get divided into small parts. Okay, and then what? By gemma formation, that is the sexual reproduction method, and then by sexual method, by the fusion of male and female gametes, zygote will form. Zygote will differentiate to food setae and capsule. Okay, differentiated into sporophyte, and then what happened? This will grow into they will grow into the sporophyte, and the sporophyte is having capsule. Inside the capsule, spores will be produced. The spores will grow into new gametophyte. Okay, then in mosses, another group of bryophytes, they are the mosses. So the next is what? Mosses. And in mosses, the predominant stage is the gametophyte. So how this gametophyte is formed? I told already. The spores from the capsule, when it falls on the ground, it will develop into what? The gametophyte. But when the spores are fall to the ground, they first develop into a particular stage that is known as protonema. Okay, what is it? Protonema. So how can you define protonema? That is the first stage of gametophyte, okay, in bryophyte, which directly develop from the spore, okay, and it is creeping, green, branched and filamentous. Okay, if you see morphologically, they are creeping through the soil, they are green, branched and filamentous. Okay, so this is the first stage, and from this only the second stage, that is the leafy stage, with the what? Root like, stem like and leaf like portions originate. Okay, so this consists the upright, okay, or erect part. Okay, and they are attached to the soil or the substratum through certain root like structures known as rhizoids, and this stage is bearing the sex organ. So two stages are there in the gametophytic phase of mosses. What are they? Protonema and leafy stage. Protonema is the first stage, which is developed from the the spores, or germinated from the spores. Okay, and then that will leave, or that will give rise to a leafy stage with what? Erect type of plants with root like, leaf like and stem like portions. Okay, and vegetative reproduction is by fragmentation and budding in the secondary protonema. Okay, then sexual reproduction, I've already explained. Antheridia and Archegonia will produce, and they produce what? The male and female gametes. They fuse to form zygote. Zygote will develop into a sporophyte with food seta and capsule. Okay, and the sporophyte is more elaborate, means more distinguishable than the liverworts, and they contain spores in the capsule. Okay, the spores will be formed after meiosis, and they are haploid in nature. So during its dispersal, they will reach to the soil, and they grow as the new protonema, and protonema will give rise to leafy stage. Leafy stage will have the erect structure with root like, leaf like and stem like portions, and they produce what? Antheridia and Archegonia. They produce male and female gametes. They fuse and form the zygote. Zygote grow into the sporophyte. Okay, examples of mosses are Funaria, okay, Polytrichum, Sphagnum, etc. So these are the examples. This you can see Funaria in the walls and all. Okay, as green patch, blanket like. Okay, they'll be growing as a green blanket over the walls and all, where there is continuously water flow is there. Understood? So like this you can see. Water flow means moisture places, not in the stream or like that. Okay, water stream or something, not like that. In the where there is moisture content. Okay, so there they grow as a velvet like patches. Okay, so this is Funaria. Then what are the other examples? Funaria. Then you can see the Polytrichum and Sphagnum are the examples. And the example of liverwort is what? Marchantia. Okay, then Rixia. All these are examples of liverworts. Okay, liverworts. So hope you understood this portion very nicely. That is, I have told you about the bryophytes.